to know that I remembered to bring my glasses down. There you go. I shouldn't have to squint anymore. Oh, listen, before I forget, Warren Mundine was a very special guest at the dining room table when we were live streaming jeremycordeaux.com on Friday. That's between 9 o'clock and 12 every Friday morning, if you want to join us, and call us if you want. And he reminded me of his article that is in the Weekend Australian, this just past Weekend Australian. I have read it and I commend it to you. Great, fabulous article. Warren Mundine, the Weekend Australian, read it, please. A couple of things that people have sent me. Michael sent me this. Do you know that the CAT scan technology was invented because of the Beatles? Pete, did you know that?
I did not, no.
No, Michael, I had no idea. Apparently their initial record label, EMI, yes, there was an EMI in Australia, I remember, in Castlereagh Street. I remember it well. A great recording studio. I'm not sure, well, mind you, back in the early 60s and late 60s, we recorded some fantastic stuff there. I think Slim Dusty recorded most of his music down there on Castlereagh Street in the old EMI building. Our technology wasn't particularly great, but they put out some fantastic stuff. The label EMI, which stood for Electrical and Musical Industries, I never knew that either, was into developing electronic gadgets as well as producing music. After signing the Beatles, they were swimming in money, with more money than they knew what to do with. They authorized one of their researchers, a fellow called Godfrey Hounsfield, to experiment with whatever he chose. He began to work with multiple X-rays taken from different angles and developed the CAT scan. Thus, Beatles money directly financed one of the largest advances in 20th century medicine. There's a bit of trivia. And Louise, I don't know about this, but I'll read it anyway. It's a bit of fun. Bob's wife and Bob started dieting a week ago. His wife proposed that they should have a cheat day today. She brought home McDonald's burgers and KFC wings. Bob brought home his secretary. From his hospital bed, Bob is wondering when men will ever begin to understand women. Oh dear. Yes. Look, I get it. And I appreciate everything you send me. Not always as funny as that. But anyway, I think it's funny. We are enjoying the mildest summer I can remember. It's delightful weather. We've got the Tour Down Under on at the moment here in Adelaide. And welcome to everyone, lots of people from everywhere. Listen, guys, it's very hard to give you cyclists hospitality and courtesy on the road. Well, how do I put this? Unless it's set up for a race. It should be single file. You know, bike lanes, not four abreast. Hey? Courtesy goes both ways, doesn't it? Really. Now, listen, this is serious. The ABC should be nationally slammed for all this social media stuff urging people to turn up to Invasion Day rallies on January 26. The ABC actually has an Invasion Day notice board. They want people to attend Invasion and Survival Day rallies on the 26th of January rather than celebrating Australia Day. You guys are a disgrace. Ida Buttrose, do you condone this? Do you? The Post outlines 29 Invasion Survival Day events, including marches and rallies, mourning, as in the dead, mourning and smoking ceremonies, concerts and festivals. The final slide contains the slogan, "Always was, always will be Indigenous." Now you guys want your bums kicked. And then on top of that we've got some sort of ad. I think frankly I've had enough of this taxpayer-funded, bloody, stupid, prejudiced, racist ABC. Why do we put up with this? Why do we go on funding it? It's ridiculous. The major promoters of the yes vote tells you where public opinion is and what they think of public opinion. While I'm ranting and raving, would somebody please buy Capt Cook, Human Services Minister here in the Government of South Australia? Would you please, or somebody please buy her a comb or a brush? What's that? What's that look about? No idea. On Friday night, a scooter on a battery charger exploded in a Bondi apartment. The subsequent fire caused the building substantial damage. Now, I've lost track of the number of lithium-ion battery fires. However, I think we continue to be the only ones here in the court of public opinion to keep talking about this ongoing, unacceptable risk and danger. And I don't know why. I can't see what is in it for the rest of the media to stay stumm on such an important issue. Oh yeah, the Prime Minister has called Parliament together 2 weeks early to bring forward cost of living relief. Oh dear boy, are you finally listening? Huh? Terrific. High on the list will be a $3 billion package to subsidise electricity bills. $3 billion. Now just think about this. The high electricity bills are the doing of the federal Labor government's alternative energy policy. That's it. Right? 83% of our energy to be supplied by alternatives by 2030. At what ridiculous cost? What a stupid outrage. Now they're going to spend $3 billion of our money so that we can keep the lights on and take the heat off them. They deserve every bit of criticism they get. They cause the problem, then they spend our money so we can cope with their problem. Here's a better idea. Just drop this idiotic green energy policy. When it doesn't matter what we do, we have no effect on climate change. I've given you the figures. It's 0.004% of 3%, of 1%, nothing. Where do you put the decimal point? Nothing. You're idiots in Canberra. You are idiots. I heard one greenie say the other day, yes, I know. Australia contributes almost nothing to global warming, but if we, along with the other 10 lowest emitters, all do nothing, we would be responsible for just not 1%, but collectively 30%. of global warming. Now, what absolute rubbish! What garbage! We are not a collective in Australia. We are only responsible for ourselves and our own well-being, and that's what our government focus should be on. Australia. No one else. This is a typical, oh, we had to destroy the village to save it statement. Really? Well, I'm not one for sacrifice. Sorry. This Labor government is not the world government. But that's how they're behaving. And we're currently over there in Israel telling them what they should be doing. Listen, Senator Wong, stick to your knitting. Australia first and foremost, please. Seriously, Penny Wong should not be in Israel lecturing Benjamin Netanyahu on what he should be doing and with whom. The whole Middle Eastern war, which was started by Hamas, is about the coexistence of the Jew and the Arab. Netanyahu is dealing with an enemy that is determined to end the existence of the Jewish state and the Jewish people. So it's not surprising that he is against the idea of a separate Palestinian state bang up against the border with Israel. Hamas doesn't want a separate state either. You know that? That's true. Hamas means the Palestinians. They're inseparable. You see, Penny, Netanyahu's job is to look after Israel. Right? He will do what is best for his country. What makes you think that he should take your advice on his national security? And for you to go over there and give more than $46 million of our money to the Palestinian cause is ridiculous and provocative. Oh, it's not for Hamas. No, it's for the Palestinian people. Who do you think the Palestinian people are, Senator? Hamas is the people. It is the government. They run the joint, which means you are financially supporting a terrorist organization with our money, pure and simple. You're either very naive or very badly advised, or perhaps both. I don't know, Pete, how much time have I got?
Oh yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Keep going. Look, just on the back of what I've just said, people have said to me, what have you got against the Labor Party? My answer is nothing. I would be a Labor supporter if they kept their word and they made sense. Their policies made sense. The Voice was just nonsense. Climate change, their energy policy, just rubbish. State or federal government is here for the well-being, security, prosperity, and benefit of us all. I don't want a government, any government, to divide us. And simply, regardless, push their agenda. Even if, like The Voice, it's clear that people don't agree. The vast majority of people don't agree. We are one nation under one flag. That's simple. That's how it should be. We don't need one government for the rich, the poor, the clever, the stupid, the lucky, the unlucky, the inept, the gifted, black, white, old, young, men, women, sick, well, intelligent and the dumb. Oh, for God's sake. This government with social engineering seeks to, they would describe it as reform. Reform. Not improve. Reform. Interfere. Pick winners. Pick favourites. Stack the deck with our own apparatchiks. Handicap the achievers. Rob the rich. That's no way to build and encourage a strong society. These lefties talk about diversity and inclusion. Rubbish. Government's job is to create the environment where we all can and want to succeed. Equal opportunity. That's it. You know, the funny thing, the Melbourne Cup, this is the horse race for which Australia stops once a year. The Melbourne Cup is a metaphor for the sort of things these people believe in. You take the best horse, the fastest horse in the field, and you fill its saddlebags with lead. You handicap the best. Makes no sense. Success is not a dirty word. You don't penalise failure, but you certainly don't reward it either. Everyone should run on his or her merits. And while this government wouldn't agree, I'm sorry, there are winners and there are losers. That's life. Every society, of course, should be rich enough, strong enough to look after the old, the unlucky, the inept, and the sick. Encourage strength, and we all win. We all win. Couple of dates, ladies and gentlemen. Then I've got a little plug here to give. It's my dear friend, Michael Pratt. He's supporting his daughter Penny, and they've got an Australia Day barbecue bonanza. He's put together, Cooper's beer, Haig's chocolates, Bickford drinks, Australian distilled gin, Tony O'Connell's meat tray, and much, much more. Don't miss on the winning. I'll stick this. Pete, can you put this up at the end of the show for a few minutes?
Yes, I can.
Or for a second or three or whatever. And you have got, Pete, you got to tell me about this. I remember we ran this before. You had a video of the live sheep.
Yes, well, I've written a song about that.
Yes.
And it's a 3-minute song, but it includes the vision of the brutality, the suffering of these animals. So I would like to play that.
Yeah.
And especially now that we've just found that this latest live export ship out of Western Australia has been turned back from the Suez Canal.
Huh.
And that means these poor cattle or sheep, I'm not sure what's on there, but they're going to be on the boat. If they go around the Cape Horn,
Yeah.
they're going to be on the boat an extra 20 days. It's barbaric. And I would like people to have a look at this video.
Yeah, these poor creatures packed in like sardines, and the weather, regardless of the weather or the seas or anything else. I know. I remember when the first time I saw it. Well, I better just do a couple of dates because otherwise we're going to be hopelessly late. 1931, Sir Isaac Isaacs sworn in as the first Australian-born Governor-General of Australia. John Lennon and Yoko Ono record Power to the People in 71. Jared Kushner is sworn in as senior advisor to Donald Trump in 2017. Netflix becomes the largest digital media entertainment company in the world on this day in 2018 with a paid-up capital of $100 billion. Oh, dear. Bill Bixby, American actor, director, producer of The Incredible Hulk, my favourite Martian, San Francisco. He died in 93 but born in 34 on this day. Michael Hutchins, Australian rock and... Well, was he an actor or not, Pete? I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't think so.
No. He was certainly a celebrity, rock vocalist, In Excess, Dogs in Space, born Sydney, died in 97, hanging from a scarf on his hotel bedroom door handle or something. Weird. But he was born in 1960 on this day. David Edward Hughes, British-born inventor. He invented the microphone. He invented the teleprinter. He dies at just 68 on this day in 1900. Lyndon B. Johnson, 36th US President, dies at his Texas ranch at the age of just 64. The year was 1973. And one more, 1995, Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, mother of the President, JFK and RFK and Ted, dies at the ripe old age of 104. Thank you so much for being with us. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Believe in yourself. Stay for this footage about the live sheep export scandal. I think it really is a scandal. I don't know if it'll get a run in the what you might call popular media. Not that the garage here is not popular. We're getting there. Pete, we are getting there.
Well, I love it.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, we're getting lots and lots of new people communicating with us and sending us stuff. Thank you for that.
Yes, there's a lot of new names.
A lot of new names. And God bless you and welcome to you all. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux. Peter Clayton's behind the camera. Stay for this on the live sheep industry.
They've loaded up another ship with 30,000 head. A death ship bound for the Middle East and a callous halal death. Lambs to the slaughter, their throats slashed and bleeding at the hands of heartless men without compassion or feeling. Where is the voice of reason when humanity is lost? When it's all about the bottom line, no matter what the cost. Suffocating in stifling heat, struggling for food and water, an indictment of mankind to put animals through the torture of sleeping if they can on a bed of their own waste. It's cruel and indefensible, a government disgrace. Where is the voice of reason when humanity is lost? When it's all about the bottom line, no matter what the cost. A government that does nothing in the face of mounting proof of cruelty unimaginable. They still won't see the truth. This is not the Australian way. This is not who we are. A barbaric trade that has no place in my Australia. Where is the voice of reason when humanity is lost? When it's all about the bottom line, no matter what the cost. Why won't they listen? Why won't they act? Animals are suffering, that's a fact. Where is the voice of reason when humanity is lost? When it's all about the bottom